How's it going, everyone? It's Anne Skyline and welcome to my channel. So another week has cruised by. It's Tuesday once again and lots happening in Destiny 2. So let's have a look at what's happening for the week. So Riven has made arrangements with Marasov to treat us for the efforts for fulfilling her final request. So lots more to talk about it later in the video. But moving on, we also have moments of triumph to look forward to. And we need to complete 26 out of the 30 strength feats. And this can be done by completing unique challenges on the Dreaming City. And there is some cool looking rewards to be earned. We have this week's notes, momentum and showdown for Crucible to look forward to for the PvP community. Next up, we have this week's Rotator Exotic mission, and that is Operation Seraph Shield, home of the Exotic Pulse Rifle Revision 0, that is also fully craftable on completion of the dungeon, and some really good legendary weapons available. Up next, we have the legendary dungeon for the week, and this is on the moon, and it's Pit of Heresy to look forward to. Also, we have the Grandmaster for the week, and it's Returning Nightfall Lake of Shadows. And the adept weapon for the week is the Undercurrent Arc Grenade Launcher that can also roll with Volt Shot. So, if you haven't managed to get the Forbearance pattern to drop from the raid, then this is the weapon that is definitely worth the farm. So moving on, we have this week's raid that is on rotation, and it's the amazing Deepstone Crypt. The last boss has the chance to drop the exotic solar rocket launcher, and the raid has some amazing meta weapons that are definitely worth the farm to get the patterns. So, saving the best for last, and it is the big man himself, Master Crota. And this week's challenge is actually at Crota himself, and the challenge is called All for One. So, let's jump straight in and look at the full breakdown for the week. But before we do, I really hope that you enjoy my content, and it helps me if you could leave any comment to make anything better. Also, if you could hit the subscribe button, and this really does help my channel to grow. So let's put the pedal to the metal and zoom straight in. So first up is visit Marasov. She will have a time-gated quest called The Wish. This is the follow-on story from the quest we have finished, and this will also be time-gated and will fill on with the story that will then take us through to the final shape. Also, Riven has made arrangements for Marasov to reward us for our efforts fulfilling her final request. So, what does that mean? She has left a series of challenges that can be completed each week and receive a wish token. And with this token, we can choose a prize for one of the 3 different categories. So, the first category, the Last Wish Resonance. So, what is this category? If you've had no chance or luck with any of the Last Wish raid weapons or missing the patterns, you can trade the token for a red border of your choice to get a guaranteed red border. And next is the category 2. This is called the Exotic. If you're one of the lucky ones and have farmed for the red borders for the raid weapons, and you would prefer a piece of exotic armor that you have missing from any of the Lightfall, then this category may be better for you. So, category 3 is called Miscellany, and this category is for equipment or armor that you can upgrade. So, for example, you can have a choice of 1 Lost Memento, either Dawning or Lost, or you could choose 2 Ascendant Shards, or 2 Ascendant Ally, or 1 Exotic Cipher. So lots of different rewards available for a high risk objective in the Dreaming City. So this would be more than likely Lost Sectors and Dungeons. So moving on, we have the Moments of Triumph 2023. There is a total of 30 strength feats, but you're only required to complete 26 of the challenges to earn the title. But don't worry, we have probably completed a fair few already. Also, you will earn rewards along the way. You would need 5 to get access to purchase 2023 Memento t-shirt. For the exotic Laurel Ghost Shell, you will need 14 triumphs. And for the exotic Sparrow, called the Fire Guild Quadriga, that will require 21 triumphs. And for the seal and title, you're definitely going to need the 26 triumphs completed. So lots of goodies to look forward to and to complete. Next up is this week's Rotator mission, and that is Operation Seraph Shield. It's an amazing and fun mission, and on completion of the dungeon, you'll be rewarded the exotic Pulse Rifle Revision 0. It's a unique pulse rifle that fires a 2-round burst or a 4-round burst, as well as a sniper-like shot. So this pulse rifle has it all, and fully craftable. Plus the dungeon has some amazing legendary weapons from Season 19, and the Achilles weapons have some amazing perks to look forward to, and also fully craftable once the pattern has been unlocked. But make sure before you try to do the dungeon that you have the correct DLC expansion. So here's a table of some of the weapons that I think are really, really good, and some of them are still kind of in the meta. I would say the third one in top row is the Achilles arc submachine gun that rolls with bolt shot, and that works extremely well when submachine guns are meta. The next one along is the solar shotgun Achilles, and that can also roll with 1-2 punch with some of the builds that are out today with the 1-2 punch. We've also got to the right hand side top row is the retrofit void heavy machine gun, and that is extremely good. The bottom left is a linear, it's a stasis linear, and it's called Fire and Forget. And I would say the fourth one in bottom row is the Path of Least Resistance. That is an arc trace rifle that works amazing on the Warlock, but to be honest, it would work on any arc character, and that also rolls with Volt Shot. So it's definitely worth going in there and farming for some of the patterns. Up next is one of the older dungeons, and that is located on the moon, and it's Pit of Heresy. The dungeon has lots of parkour and is super fun to do, but the mechanics are different as you work your way through to the last checkpoint, and that's the boss. It's a mini-me version of Crota, but the dungeon does need to be updated. Also, you can opt for the legend version of the dungeon and farm the boss for some high stat artificing armor. So moving on, we have this week's returning Grandmaster, and that is Lake of Shadows. It's super fun to do. You'll need definitely a healing support build to get your team through, and the last boss you're able to cheese and kill him from above. The champions are as follows: it is Barrier and Unstoppable, there is Arc Incoming Threat, and the shields are Solar, Void and Arc. For the surges, it is solar or strand heavy machine gun, and the adept weapon is the arc undercurrent waveframe grenade launcher that can also roll with volt shot and may well be a contender for the forbearance if you don't have it. So it's definitely worth the fun. So, moving on to my favourite section, and it's the weekly raid rotation. The raid for this week has plenty of parkour and it's Deepstone Crypt. The raid's mechanics revolve around buffs that need to be exchanged throughout the dungeon, and the unique buffs all have specific roles that need to be carried out. Also, each checkpoint has its own weapons, so check what weapon you like before farming that checkpoint. And the legendary weapons are awesome and are still meta in certain content. I have made a table of all the weapons that are farmable and also craftable and have some great perks. So, saving the best for last. Master Crota himself. So, if you're wanting one of the Raid Adept weapons, this challenge for the week will guarantee the weapon on completion. The challenge is called All for One, and the challenge is basically take Crota's shield off in one go. And you can do this easily by doing a 2-sword strat in different sword combo order, but if he stomps, this could fail the challenge if someone misses their full combo. Or take the safest way, use 3 swords, but takes longer and lives are at risk. But either way is achievable. So, we have raced our way through and got to the end, and I hope you've enjoyed the content. Please hit the follow or the subscribe button, and this really helps me to become a better content creator. And by subscribing or following, this helps my channel grow and become bigger and better. So thank you for watching and see you soon. Laters!